Hello everyone, MrAshleeD here, and welcome back to the realm. Right, today, as my apparently Feed the Beast updated, and it deleted my world, and all of my mods and files and stuff, I thought we'd take a little relaxing route, and have a go at Katawa Shoujo, which is a virtual, or visual novel, or graphical novel, I don't know what it's called really. But it's a game-ish thing where you read through a lovely story, and it is a beautiful story. I've read through it 5 times so far, for each ending. I'll explain as the game goes on. Might as well start. Should we start? Yeah. Right, basically it's a book, kind of, but with more animations. A light breeze causes the naked branches overhead to rattle like wooden wind chimes. So I'll be reading to you a lot. This is a popular retreat for couples in the summer. What the heck is that word? Deciduous trees provide a beautiful green canopy, far out of sight of teachers and fellow students. But now in late winter, it feels like I'm standing under a pile of kindling. Kindling? I don't know. I breathe into my cupped hands and rub them together furiously to prevent them from numbing in this cold. Okay, that's you. Hisao? Whatever the hell his name is. I don't even know. That's your main character, that's who you are. Just how long am I expected to wait out here anyway? I'm sure the note said 4 PM. Ah yes, the note. Slipped between the pages of my math book while I wasn't looking. As far as cliches go, I'm more of a fan of the letter in the locker. But at least this way shows a bit of initiative. As I ponder the meaning of the note, the snowfall gradually thickens. The snowflakes silently falling from the white painted sky are the only sign of time passing in this stagnant world. The slow descent upon the frozen forest makes it seem like time has slowed to a crawl. The rustling of dry snow underfoot startles me, interrupting the quiet mood. Someone is approaching me from behind. Right, before we go any further, I'd just like to explain what this is. It's a visual novel. We make choices in the game, and it'll affect the outcome of said game. And it was made by a couple of people, and it's a great game. I'll send the link to the download, because it's an amazing game, and game book is what it is now, and you should really try it. Try and get all the endings. Warning, it has got some adult content in it. You can turn off the adult visual content, but you'll still read it, and etc. So if you're if you're like not old enough, I wouldn't recommend it, because there's very adult content in this. So there we go, here's my mornings. Right. Hi, Hisao, you came? I'm gonna go on Hisao, because hesitating, barely audible question. However, I recognise the owner of that dainty voice instantly. I feel my heart skip a beat. It's a voice I've listened to hundreds of times, but never as more than an eavesdropper to a conversation. I turn to face his voice, the voice of my dreams. My heart begins to race. So yeah, you're obviously the guy. In case you couldn't know. Iwanako? Yeah, why not? Let's go with that. Iwanako. I got a note telling me to wait here. It was yours? Damn it, I spent all afternoon trying to come up with a good line, and that was the result? Pathetic. Yes. I asked a friend to give you that note. I'm so glad you got it. A shy, joyous smile that makes me so tense I couldn't move a single muscle even if I tried. Sorry if I'm speaking really quickly, it's just because I've read this about 5 times. Okay, you have to listen to the heartbeat as well. Sorry I was speaking during that, but the heartbeat's there. My heart is pounding now, as if it was trying to burst my chest and claim this girl for itself. So, here we are, out in the cold. Once again, the wind stirs up the branches. I hate words that I can pronounce normally, but not in videos. Cacophonous? Why not? Noise is music to my ears. Iwanako flinches ever so softly against the gust of the wind. As it passes, she rights herself, as if supported by some new confidence. Her eyes lock with mine, and she lazily twirls her long dark hair round in her finger. All the while, the anxious beating of my heart grows louder. My throat is tight. I doubt I can even force a word out if I tried. You see? I wanted to know. Oh my god. If you'd go out with me. I stand there motionless, save for my pounding heart. I want to say something in reply, but my vocal cords feel like they've been stretched beyond the breaking point. Hisao? I reach up to try and massage my throat, but this only sends spikes of binding pain along my arms. Hisao! No! Oh, what's happening? I guess you can guess. My whole body freezes, save my eyes, which shoot open in terror. Yep. So, instantly we're having a bit of a bad turn. Hisao! No! Stuff happens! The beating in my chest suddenly stops, and I go weak at the knees. The world around me, the canopy of bay branches, the dull winter sky, Avocano running towards me. All these fade to black. Yeah, so obviously this is set in Japan as well, in case you can work that out. The last things I remember before slipping away are the sounds of Iwanako screaming for help, and the incessant clatter of the branches above. So there we are. A little intro now comes here. This will give me time to explain more about this game and how I'll be doing it. It's not a game as such, as you've just seen. It'll be like that, reading, but the story is so immersive. You'll want to play it yourself. You want to download this and make the choices I didn't in this. Even though at any point I'll try and give you guys a choice. You know, I'll try and like say, oh, here, where's the choice? Now, if you comment, I'll make that choice the next video. Say no. Yeah, here's just a little intro. It's very well done, this game. I'm gonna call it a game. Game book. Visual novel. Why not? It's very well done. And you should download it. Because that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I have done for a while. I've been wanting to do this for a long time now. We start at a quite depressing turn. What's happened just now is obviously Hisao has had a heart attack, and so we gotta find out why. Why has Hisao had that heart attack? We don't know. Could be for a multitude of reasons. Or it could be for no reason. Who knows? Who knows? Not me. Yeah, I do. I do know. Obviously know. It's been 4 months since my heart attack. In that whole time, I could probably count the times I've left this hospital room unsupervised on one hand. 4 months is a pretty long time when you're left alone with your thoughts. So, I've had plenty of time to come to terms with my situation. Arrhythmia. A strange word, foreign alien one. One that you don't want to be in the same room with. A rare condition. It causes the heart to act erratically and occasionally beat way too fast. It can be fatal. Apparently I've had it for a long time. They said it was a miracle that I was able to go on so long without anything happening. Is that really a miracle? I guess it was supposed to make me feel better, more appreciative of my life. It really didn't do anything to cheer me up. My parents, I think, were hit harder by the news than I was. They practically had 2 hemorrhages apiece. I'd already had a full day by then to digest everything. To them, it was all fresh. They were even willing to sell our house in order to pay for a cure. Of course, there isn't a cure. Because of the late discovery of this condition, I've had to stay at hospital to recuperate from the treatments. I clicked it. When I was first admitted, it felt as if I was missed. For a week, my room was in the wards full of flowers, balloons and cards. But the visitors soon dwindled, and all the get-well gifts began trickling down to nothing shortly after. I realised that the only reason I had gotten so many cards and flowers was because sending me their sympathy had been turned into a class project. Maybe some people were generally concerned, but I doubt it. Even in the beginning, I barely had visitors. By the end of the first month, only my parents came by on a regular basis. Iwanako was the last to stop visiting. After 6 weeks, I never saw her again. We never had that much to talk about when she visited anyway. We didn't touch a subject that was between us on that snowy day ever again. The hospital? It's not really a place I'd like to live in. The doctors and nurses feel so impersonal and faceless. I guess it's because they're in a hurry and have a million other patients waiting for them, but it makes me feel uncomfortable. For the first month or so, I asked the head cardiologist, every time I saw him, for a rough estimate of when I'd be able to leave. He never answered anything in a straightforward way, but told me to wait and see if the treatment and surgeries worked. So, I idly observed the scar that those surgeries had left on my chest slowly change its appearance over time, thinking of it as some kind of an omen. I still ask as the head cardiologist about leaving, but my expectations are low enough now that I'm not disappointed anymore when I don't get a reply. The way he shuffles around the answers shows there's at least some hope. At some point, I stopped watching TV. I don't know why, I just did. Maybe it was the wrong kind of escapism for my situation. I started reading instead. There was a small library at the hospital, although it was more like a storeroom for books. I began working my way through it, one small stack at a time. After consuming them, I would go back for more. I found that I liked reading, and I think I even became a little bit addicted. I started feeling naked without a book in my hands. But I loved the stories. That was what my life was like. The days became increasingly harder to distinguish from each other, differing by only by the book I was reading and the weather outside. It felt like time blurred in some kind of gooey mass, and I was trapped inside, instead of moving within. A week would go by without me really noticing it. Sometimes I'd pause in realization that I didn't know what day of the week it was. But other times, all of the things that surrounded me would painfully crash into my consciousness, through the barrier of nonchalance I had set up for myself. The pages in my book would start to feel sharp and burning hot, and the heaviness in my chest would become so hard to bear that I had to put the book aside and just lay down for a while, looking at the ceiling as if I was going to cry. But that happened only rarely. I couldn't even cry. My God, that's hard to read. Oh, in quick succession to you guys, that is difficult to read, I will not lie. Anyway, today the doctor comes in and gives me a smile. He seems excited, but not very. It's like he's trying to make an effort to be happy on my behalf. My parents are here. It's been a few days since I've last seen them. Both of them are even sort of dressed up. Is this supposed to be some kind of special occasion? It's not a party. Oh, I missed one. Oh well. I'll start pressing space instead of clicking, because apparently I can miss them. Then he casually sits down on the edge of the bed next to mine. He looks me in the eyes for a moment. Hello, Hisao. How are you today? I don't answer him, but I smile a little back at him. I believe that you can go home. Your heart is stronger now, and with some precautions, you should be fine. We have all your medication sorted out. I'll give you father the prescription. The doctor hands a sheet of paper to my dad, whose expression turns wooden as he reads it quickly. So many. I take it from his hand and take a look at myself, feeling numb. How am I supposed to react to this? Yeah, they're all the absurdly long list of medications staring back at me from the paper seems oh my God, insurmountable. There we go. They all blend together in a sea of letters. This is insane. Side effects, adverse effects, I don't even know what that says. And dosages listed line after line with cold precision. I tried to read them, but it's so futile. I can't understand any of it. Attempting to only makes me feel sicker. And this for the rest of my life, every day. I'm afraid that's the best we can do at this point. However, new medication has always been developed, so I wouldn't be surprised to see this list fade over the years. Years? What kind of confidence booster is that? I'd have felt better if you hadn't said anything at all. Also, I've spoken with your parents, and we believe it'd be best if you don't return to your old school. Right, this is the turning point. With this, you will see, this is where all the story comes about him going to a new school. What? Please calm down, Hisao. Listen to what the doctor has to say. Calm down. The way he says it tells me he knew full well that I wouldn't like it. Am I going to be homeschooled? Whatever my concern shows, it's ignored. We all understand that your education is paramount. However, I don't think it's wise for you to be without supervision. At least not until we're sure your medication is suitable. So I've spoken to your parents about a transfer. There's a school called Yakumo Academy that specialises in dealing with disabled students. Disabled? What? There's a 24-hour nursing staff, and it's only a few minutes from a highly regarded general hospital. The majority of students live on the campus. Think of it as a boarding school of sorts. It's designed to give students a degree of independence while keeping help nearby. Independence? It's a school for disabled kids. Don't try to disguise that fact. If it was really that free, there wouldn't be 24-hour nursing staff, and you wouldn't make a hospital being nearby a selling point. Of course, that's only if you want to go, but your mother and I aren't really able to homeschool you. We went out there and had a look a couple of weeks back. I think you'd like it. It looks like I really don't have a choice. Compared to other heart problems, people with your condition only tend to live long lives. You'll need a job one day, and this is a good opportunity to continue your education. This isn't an opportunity. Don't call it an opportunity. Don't call it a goddamn opportunity. Sorry, my acting at this point is bad. Really bad. Because I can't be asked. Well, you should be excited at the chance to go back to school. I remember you wanted to return to your school. While it's not the same one, yeah, a special school, that's an insult. That's what I want to say. It's a step down. Well, aren't you just a little... It's not what you think. All the students are there pretty active in their own sort of way. It's geared towards students that can still get around and learn, but just need a little help in one way or the other. Your father's right, and many of the graduates of the school have gone on to do amazing things. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. One of my colleagues in another hospital is a graduate. I don't care. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. That's what a disability is. I really hate that something so important was decided for me. But what can I do now? A normal life is out of the question. Yeah, no, that doesn't make any sense. Anyway, it's funny. I'd always thought my life was actually kind of boring, but now I miss it. I want to protest. I want to blame this lack of reaction on shock or fatigue. I could easily yell out something now, something about how I can go back to school anyway, but no. I don't say anything. The fact is that I know it's futile. Ah, see this guy, this guy, he just accepts things. Gotta fight. I look around the room, feeling very tired of all this, the hospital, doctors, my condition, everything. I don't see anything that would make me feel any different. There really isn't a choice, I know this. But the thought of going to a disabled school, what are those even like? As much as I try to put a positive spin on this, it's very difficult. But let me try. Clean slate isn't a bad thing. That is all I can think of to get me through this. At least I have still have something, even if it's a special school. It's something. It's a fresh start, and my life isn't over. It would be a mistake just to resign myself to thinking that. At the very least, I'll try to see what my new life would look like. And there we are. Here we have our introduction to this. Boosh. Act 1, Life Expectancy. I think with that, people of Earth, we should end off. Oh. Yeah, with that, I think I'll end off. Save it. These are my other ones. Don't look at them! Yeah. Right, so yeah, that's what's happening. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this little introduction. It's going to be a lot like this, reading, just getting to know the story. I'll leave the link below. It's amazing. Trust me, it is absolutely brilliant. And if you don't want to click the link, of course, just Google Katawa Shoujo download. It's the Katawa Shoujo website. You just click on it. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Please like if you liked. And of course, subscribe if you haven't so already. I love a new addition to the realm. Until next time, well, I'll see you.